And good afternoon. I'm Ellen Leva. We're coming to you live from the ABC7 studios, where we are following a pursuit that is taking place right now. This is in El Monte. Began just a few minutes ago. Apparently, this car, this two-door Honda Coupe that you're looking at, crashed into a CHP vehicle, and that has prompted that chase. So right now you see him traveling. It's the eastbound 10 freeway at Valley Boulevard. This is in El Monte again. We have about 3 black and white vehicles following him right now. He's been going about 54 miles per hour, not horrible speeds right now, keeping pretty safe. Apparently he hit a vehicle on the right shoulder during this pursuit. This is according to some notes. Don't know exactly if he's wanted for anything else, but we do know he did crash into a CHP vehicle, and that's what began the chase. So as we take, apparently, okay, so my producer's telling me it started in West LA. So right now we're on the eastbound in El Monte. So it's traveled quite a bit of distance right now. But we believe there's only one person in that vehicle. However, we have not received confirmation on that. But right now it seems to be just a pretty garden variety pursuit, if you will. Not horrible irregular speeds, not driving erratically, at least not yet. So as we're just going to be watching this on our Facebook live page right now and see what happens. Hopefully he will surrender, pull over, do the safe thing, because we know he is capable of hitting a vehicle. As we said, he did crash into a CHP vehicle, so we know he's a little bit in a desperate mode to get away from these officers, but it looks like they're a pretty good handle on it. And not a lot of traffic, which is surprising on this Tuesday afternoon at 12:49 p.m. So that is fortunate that he's not putting a lot of people in harm's way. At least that's the good news. Yeah, exactly. So if he's not going very fast for highway speeds, in fact, he's going 45 miles an hour, which is almost surface street speed. So, maybe he's considering giving himself up, pulling over to the side, surrendering, because as we know, these things, they rarely ever get away, especially in the broad daylight and traffic like this. It's really difficult for a suspect to get away unless they can pull into some building, and that's the times we've seen when they actually can evade officers. But right now it looks like he's pretty wide open. Eastbound 10 freeway near Frazier. Now he's in Baldwin Park. And again, 50 miles an hour. You can see from our SkyMap 7 technology there, we can track his speed. So those officers, 3 that we know of right now, are behind him. Let's see, now he is still Baldwin Park. Doesn't look like he's exiting the freeway anytime soon. But it's remarkable how little the traffic, we're not seeing any traffic at all. So we've had different CHP jurisdictions taking over. And right now we believe this is City Terrace CHP. I'm sorry, East LA units are taking over right now. Baldwin Park is where this pursuit is taking place right now. Yeah, we're wondering if perhaps CHP has already, perhaps CHP has already closed off some of the traffic ahead, because there's no traffic right now, as you can tell. So perhaps they have already done a traffic break ahead, because it is traveling so slowly that they have a big heads up what they can do with this vehicle, and perhaps they have just cleared the area, because if you can see right now, although the other side is not really heavily traveled either, but this is like zero traffic right now. So there is a chance that they could do a pit maneuver. You see that vehicle right there on the right-hand side there, coming up quicker. So maybe it's cleared enough that they can do a pit maneuver. We'll find out any minute now. But so Baldwin Park is now taking over East LA. And apparently it's too fast for a pit maneuver. 42 miles an hour right now. He seems to be speeding up a little bit, then he slows down, but right now 38 miles per hour on a freeway is unheard of. No, so far no erratic behaviors from this person being pursued, although looks like he's doing something to his dashboard, or there's a note he's holding up. I don't know if anyone in the booth can see what, yeah, is something's going on, but we can't tell what exactly he's doing. The glare on that window makes it a little difficult to see. As far as we know, he is not wanted for anything else other than hitting a CHP officer's car and taking off. But time will tell. We'll find out if he is indeed wanted for something else, has any prior warrants out. Yeah, so there you see 36 miles per hour from our sky map technology, and that is extremely unusual for a pursuit on a freeway, especially one that this is wide open. It looks like he's exiting right now, taking a sudden turn to the shoulder, maybe. Maybe he was contemplating exiting right now, but decided against it. No doubt this SUV in front of him is wondering what's going on. If I were him, I'd speed up and get out of the way. So now it's in West Covina. And apparently this car that we understand is out of West Covina. Its registration is assigned to West Covina. So maybe, as we've always seen, or often seen, these pursuit suspects go to the place that they're familiar, and perhaps their home, where they know the streets, where they know the surface streets. It looks like he might be exiting. I can't really tell from this vantage point. No? Oh, okay. I guess he's... Look, okay, looks like the black SUV might be trying to cut him off, which is... Huh. Yeah, now they're slowing down to 34 miles an hour. It's just a crawl, 28 miles an hour. Just passing West Garvey Avenue in West Covina. Okay, so he's trying to get past this SUV. This SUV is being, who knows what his story is, but it's interesting. Definitely trying to cut him off and make him slow down. And who knows what kind of aggravation this suspect is going to be feeling, or that, well, now the SUV is leaving. I think he decided. Well, now they are going slow, slow enough to do a pit maneuver. Who knows what they're going to do, but it's, yeah, 20. They're exiting the freeway right now. Vincent Avenue, Glendora Avenue, and West Covina. Coming to an appropriate stop and turning on to, soon get that street for you. Okay, so now it's become a surface street pursuit. CHP still behind him. Stopping at this light, perhaps. Actually, with quite a bit of distance ahead of him. Kind of wonder what goes through a suspect's mind when they, like, what are they contemplating surrendering? What their next move will be? Who knows? We do know that perhaps he may be, this suspect may be from West Covina, because that's where his car is, where the car originated from, but we'll see. Okay, so decided not to surrender, taken off again. We're at South Vincent Avenue. Okay. So now we're near Westfield Shopping Town in West Covina. So there'll be some foot traffic around there. It's always the case around malls and shopping centers. And hopefully he will maintain the speeds that he's been doing, and it's driving pretty safe, which is a good thing. So right now they are driving right by the Westfield Shopping Plaza on the right-hand side there. And he stop and go, stop and go. You can see a little bit of movement on his arm there, but no crazy gesturing as we've seen some pursuit suspects do. He's turning right, or perhaps just That was an interesting move by that car. Wanting to get out of the way. Now we're just at a standstill right now. I think it's a stoplight. We're understanding it might be a female pursuit suspect. We seem to be seeing more of those lately. Speeding up. Still relatively slow speeds. So now this pursuit is being taken over by West Covina PD. As often as they hand off jurisdictions as those cars travel into different places, but so now West Covina PD is behind him. Okay, coming to a stop. Kind of not even on the road. Maybe he's. Oh, looks like a woman. Yeah, it looks like a woman. Won't know for sure, but let's hope she surrenders. Just can't seem to decide. But seems to like creep away from the car behind her and then move a little more and then stops, and obviously someone who's confused and probably agitated at this point. We're at West Covina Parkway and Sunset Avenue. Deciding to go straight, taking a left. No, it definitely looks like she might be in the car by herself. Hopefully there's no kids in the back seat or anything like that. It's now traveling on Sunset Avenue, south on Sunset Avenue. She's been turning around a little bit while she's driving. Perhaps they're... Oh. Okay. Joining us on the phone is Sergeant Robert Ruiz from CHP. Sergeant Ruiz, are you there?
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us. What can you tell us about this pursuit?
Well, at approximately 12:22 today, looks like this vehicle sideswiped one of our patrol units that were on the right shoulder. We're not aware of the condition of the officer at this time. I don't know if the officer was in the vehicle or if he was outside the vehicle, but after the collision occurred, this vehicle continued eastbound on the 10 and has now exited and is currently in the West Covina area.
And what we've seen, were CHP able to stop some of the traffic? Because it looked like it was wide open on the freeway.
No, and unfortunately, we didn't do anything to interrupt the traffic. It was just the traffic at this time of day.
Interesting.
Fortunately, it's been a little lighter than normal.
Yeah, it sure has. We were marveled by how slow it was and how little traffic there was. So right now, it's West Covina PD in pursuit of this person. Do we know if it's a female or a male?
At this time, we're not 100% sure. We keep getting calls that it's possibly a female driver. But we're not 100% sure at this time.
So we don't know if this person is wanted for anything else other than sideswiping the vehicle?
Correct. That's the only thing that we're actually trying to get this vehicle stopped for at this time.
So with someone like this who maybe is not deemed dangerous, or do you continue just to follow this car, or are there any protocols that you take?
Well, for our department, we would typically continue to try to follow this vehicle and get it stopped. This person is not driving in an erratic manner. She's driving. A person driving relatively slow. Looks like they're obeying and adhering to most of the road laws, other than stopping for the red lights that are behind them. But we'll continue to follow them. We really want to get this person off the road. If they're going to sideswipe a black and white and continue on, we don't want them to do the same thing to an innocent motorist and potentially hurt somebody that could be out walking around today.
Yeah, that's a very good point. And perhaps when these surface street pursuits take place, are they able? Oh, it looks like she might be pulling over. Are you watching this with us?
Yes, well, I'm watching it live. I should be having the same feed that you have.
Okay, so right now she looks like she's shuffling through some stuff in her lap. 3 officers behind her with their doors open. 4 officers now. It looks like there's some undercover. So now they will just continue to perhaps wait it out and see if she surrenders.
Again, this is another agency, and I really can't comment on their protocols at this point. But I'm hoping that they would follow the same along the same lines that we would, and we would want to get her out as safely as possible.
Yeah, and usually with this sort of circumstance, I know you have to speak hypothetically because it's not your jurisdiction, but is there some sort of loud megaphone that they're talking to her and asking her to get out and safely surrender, that sort of thing?
It could be. Typically, there is a public address system mounted on almost all patrol vehicles. They could be using it, but they're in very close proximity. They may be just shouting to or from their patrol cars. I'm not really sure at this point.
Okay. Oh, well, it looks like she is trying to get out of the car. She's holding a piece of paper or something. But she is getting out of the car, holding that piece of paper. Interesting. Well, they have her. That's good news.
Yes.
Looks like she had been dressed up, and who knows. Well, Sergeant Ruiz, thank you so much. I know that you're a busy man and you're taking time out of your day to talk to us on the phone and give us a little bit more insight into what perhaps is happening. We appreciate you. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
You have a good day.
You do the same.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, so there we have it. That suspect is in handcuffs now. She surrendered, or he surrendered. I can't really tell. I mean, you never know. You can't surmise just because of long hair and a dress. But there is a piece of paper that the suspect handed over, put it on their trunk, on the hood of their car. And, yeah, so at least this has ended and no one is hurt, thankfully. And we'll find out the condition of the CHP officer that she sideswiped. But she is definitely aggravated and talking some stuff to the officers. But that'll wrap it up for us, and we'll have the latest if we have any more information on Eyewitness News at 3 o'clock. But have a wonderful day. I'm Ellen Leyva, and we will see you for Eyewitness News at 3.